And as Israel feels increasingly isolated at the UN over its expansion policy, the Arab Spring means it's increasingly isolated in its own neighborhood. The turmoil has seen it become the target of more attacks, militant rockets and even stray shells from across the border with Syria. This report to RT's Paula Slier.
There's a storm brewing in the Middle East, and it's leaving a chill in the hearts of most Israelis. Say what you might about the Arab Spring, it poses an obvious problem for Tel Aviv.
The imminent threat we've seen just a few weeks ago, plenty of missiles falling on Israel from a radical regime. And we see already the beginning of maybe a attrition war on the Golan Heights. We see plenty of dangers in the Mediterranean Sea.
Israel's backyard has become a lot more dangerous in the last 2 years. Weapons from Libya are leaking across borders and landing in the hands of unknown militant groups. The trouble ahead is symbolized by the Muslim Brotherhood's sweep to power in Egypt. From this rally in June, an ominous promise by the movement to make Jerusalem and not Cairo their capital.
At a minimum, what we'll see is the free flow of weapons, money, and supplies from Egypt into the Gaza Strip. We will see Egyptian volunteers going into the Gaza Strip to fight. That's the minimum. Moving up from there, the possibility of Egypt-Israel war is by no means impossible.
But it was democracy that brought the Muslim Brotherhood to power, an ideal both Israel and the West claim to espouse. But both are now waking up to the reality that things might in fact have been better under the previous dictatorships, at least for them.
We had a difficult situation, but at least we had the contact, with the leadership. Secondly, President Mubarak was committed to the peace process. The situation today is that we are confronting a new president who belongs to a certain institution, a certain movement, which do not believe in the right of Israel for existence.
Israeli leaders know all too well that whatever friendships, however useful they have with Arab leaders, it doesn't alter the basic threat posed by an Arab awakening that in most countries is empowering militant Islamic groups.
We will expect that these governments one day will put pressure not only on Israel but on the friends of Israel. We feel also the new changes in the Arab world and the democracies that is emerging in the Arab world will have a tremendous challenges, and they are, in order to maintain law and order and to establish a real democracy, they need some time.
But Tel Aviv fears that in the time it takes for that democracy to really take root and for the Arab public perhaps one day to accept a Jewish state, relations with its Arab neighbors will get far worse before they get better. The challenge now for Israeli leadership is twofold: to avoid inflaming Arab public opinion while protecting Israel, and also to counter the growing despair many Israelis feel over their growing isolation in an increasingly volatile neighborhood. Paula Slier, RT, Tel Aviv.